Now today, it's gone the other way. Faith is really on fire.
I think you're a Faith fanboy. I've decided you're a Faith fanboy.
I was...
And there's nothing wrong with that.
It's kind of in right now.
You know, what's funny is actually like 6 years ago, I was a big fan of him.
Oh, yeah.
We went at TI2.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he is the winningest non-Western player of all time. And you look at you look at the last season going into TI, the narrative in Newbee was that they'd shut down their drafts, get more conservative, and that really changed at TI. I felt like Faith really came into his own as a drafter.
All right, let's get into game number 4's draft. 5 bans out of 6 done in round 1.
all Kaka bans. The adjustments being made by Liquid.
What did we say day 1 of this tournament? 5 days ago. Alan pointed out. I remember the phrase exactly. If Kaka has a good game, Newbee play well.
Yeah, I think Newbee they're two teams. If Kaka is on his game, and not just in the game, but watch him during the draft. If he's on his game, engaged during the draft, calling for his hero, setting up those early rotations before the game even starts, I think Newbee is an S-tier team, easily up there, top 4 in the world. When he struggles, though, they look very inconsistent.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got him. First pick, Team Liquid.
Omni's taken out. So we do have different priorities in drafts. The Razor was the more prioritized heroes, so that's what they're going to choose.
Back to game 2's draft.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to pick up the Chen.
That's a good point. Chen was.
They also have the Bane combination with the Razor as well. Do you think Razor is actually that strong? I mean, for me, he definitely outclasses Viper pretty heavily right now, but most of the time when I view the first pick Razor, I like it not just because it's a strong hero, but also because it guards against the Omni Knight really well. But here with the Omni Knight ban, I'm just not sure. Is it first pick?
Maybe just limits what carries, but majority of teams are just picking those illusion carries.
Yeah.
But that might be one of those reasons, right? If there's a Razor, just like, we can't really pick anything else because this hero just takes all the damage away.
And I think if you look at two of the best teams right now, I think it lends itself really well to what Liquid and Secret like to do in terms of sacking their carry, giving them a very autonomous laner. And Newbee not really a Chen team. Just to answer some of the things you guys brought up, only ran them once this patch.
Sorry, I meant Liquid with the Chen.
Oh, Liquid with the Chen, sure. So yeah, this is getting harder and harder to argue with.
So how many disruptor games? It feels like in a row. They only Liquid took it last.
Yeah, Liquid took it away, but it's been in all 4 games.
Yeah.
So.
And there we go. We get the GH Earth Spirit.
Yeah, I kind of can't believe it's taken this long to get to it.
Agreed. We were actually talking back, and we're like, oh, does Newbee take out the Sanking or do they take out the Earth Spirit? Newbee decided taking out the Sanking the whole times. Now Liquid finally, they are getting that GH Earth Spirit.
Certainly pick up the Gyrocopter is kind of cool, just because I'm not sure how Liquid have better team fight again. We just kind of continue down the line. It always feels like Newbee set themselves up in the first 1-2 that they have better team fight than you. And if you try and match that, then they'll just keep doubling down and you can't really beat them.
Well, but I think, again, the thing that I keep going back to it, the thing that Liquid have not really been able to do in this series that I expected is just punish Newbee in the lanes. Disruptor is not a good laning support. Naga can be, depending on the laning combination, but Naga Disruptor, for example, is not a support duo that you should be able to have rock-solid lanes with.
TB ban expected after that second game.
Yep. Bat on the other side.
Yeah, playing Razor
away
bats.
AP.
Very hard. Newbee does take out the AA, that Liquid combo. Classic, the ESA they played so many times. Does let them actually match that team fight, so I do like that ban by Newbee.
When you were in these drafts, Fog, did you ever get frustrated? Did you ever get to the point where you were like, okay, here's what we're going to do, and then they ban the opening 2 you were going to open with, and then you get to the second phase and they ban the next 2 that you were going to have, and then you get to and you're like, Christ, they're just not giving us anything. Did you ever get to that point?
It happens all the time. Yeah. Absolutely. That's why you usually have like a couple heroes. Like if they do this, we do this. You have like 4 different things or 3 different scenarios played out. But that always is going to happen because, especially in these type of ones, right, where you start learning more and more. It's best of 5. You really start to pick and prod at each other.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention about this first phase Razor is it actually works really well against Mugi's hero pool. If you look at his most played heroes, he's such a melee carry player. You look at his tops, his Juggernaut, Lifestealer, Sven, Ursa, takes away a lot of those heroes.
Or Jug. what happened to him? He was supposed to be like one of the strongest of the carries, but we just keep on seeing all these Razors. Maybe it can fit onto the Razor side of things if you do some sort of dual lanes, but it's still tough, right?
Well, and
usually
he's had a few picks here, but not been successful as far as I remember. I think one out of 4.
He also runs into trouble when he has to man fight like a Terrorblade or a Lycan.
I feel like he can be a bit slow at times.
This is different.
Nyx assassinated by Newbee.
Well, we have a lot of AoE from those first 2, but other than that, I don't see a whole lot of value out of Nyx. I guess he's stronger because of the Meteor Hammer thing, but...
Yeah. I haven't been seeing that hero have much success here.
No, he's played 2 games, hasn't won either of them.
He's lost both,
far.
right?
Yeah.
There's the Chen that we were talking about.
I like this a lot.
Well, that'll punish lanes.
That's how you win the lanes.
Right? Yeah.
Earth Spirit and Chen now. They can go to 2 separate lanes and guarantee them. Now they can actually, like you were saying, the Disruptor, weak. Send home those Chen creeps in the off lane. You can actually put a carry hero there to farm.
And even though Nyx does have some 3-4 flex value, it's more likely going to be a Kaka hero. And now you have Kaka on a hero that only really does one thing. And I think that's where Newbee are super susceptible. Kaka needs to be able to contribute to the game in multiple ways.
So we're looking for Liquid to contest the lanes and to have some more team fight. They're definitely addressing that with this. Well, Newbee's is, like you said, a bit lackluster. Nyx does not provide a crazy amount. Sure, you have a stun, but in the team fight aspects, it is a lot harder.
Well, there you go. We got to see the Miracle Invoker in the last game. And another one of the best player hero combinations in all of Pro Dota, the SCCC Queen of Pain, 51 and 29 in his career, #1 in GPM on this hero, ahead of CTY. Just a terrific viewing experience.
What was that, Paul?
5 quap games at ESL One Genting.
All losses?
0 wins.
Oh, jeez.
How many SCCC quaps, though?
No, that's the thing.
There have been a couple.
Okay.
Look, Quap is statistically the worst hero among those that have been picked 100 times or more.
Haven't been a huge amount of life steal either this event.
Why? Don't you feel like usually the movement speed and the gyrocopter combined with the mobility of the Quap? I feel like they're going to have a hard time actually keeping these heroes locked down enough for Lifestealer to be effective.
That's where I guess that's where they need the Earth Spirit to just get everything done with the vehicle. But yeah,
they're
it can be
asking a
tough.
lot.
Just the 8th game so far here at ESL One Genting for Lifestealer as well.
Yeah, now we have to ask who's going to be playing the Razor.
I think that might be a mind control. I think they're saving a Miracle last pick, and they're going to give Matu his traditional Lifestealer.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't you ban the Storm Spirit, but instead they banned the Broodmother. Because I don't think you can have just the Earth Spirit as your vehicle. I think that's asking too much hard game already for the Lifestealer.
They do have Nyx versus the Storm.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe they're
could dissuade them a bit. Nyx and Disruptor tend to be pretty good versus Storm. But, the thing is the Infest Bomb is you want to be able to kill somebody instantly, so they do want someone else to be there for the Lifestealer.
So maybe be careful with the cheese.
Enigma.
I haven't seen much cheese here, apart from Cap's attempt at claiming that Clock SF opening was cheese.
I like Enigma for Newbee. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah. I think you banned that.
They banned it twice as well during this series.
Because you don't really want to run Tidehunter against Lifestealer. It's not a whole lot of fun laning phase. Maybe they pick up.
They banned it.
Storm.
Yeah, you have to. Okay.
And they take the DK. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, is this I'm still questioning, is this going to be a mind control offlane DK, or is this a Miracle mid DK?
Good question.
I think more and more pro teams, starting with what mid one did. Wow!
Oh, Coddle, Nyx, Disruptor. That's an offlane Nyx.
Offlane Nyx, yeah.
That is
against the Lifestealer?
Or Nyx.
Corn Nyx.
And you don't like it versus Razor either.
I don't know about this, guys.
This is like the Zeus pickup again. I was down with Newbee's lineup.
Me too until last.
Yeah.
Well, fun things for you to think about. Queen of Pain, 5 games here, 0 wins.
Sure.
Keeper of the Light, 3 games here, all 3 wins. One of them's not having the same statistics at the end of this game. Anyway, let's get into the predictions. Alan, we'll start with you.
I'm going to go with Liquid. I think they finally got back to basics and have the right formula. They're going to punish the lanes, and I like the mid-game potential of the Newbee lineup again, but I think Liquid's going to have a lead by then.
Okay, 4 out of 4 for Alan.
Who's going to carry the bird? Are we going to curse this? Are we going to curse it again?
Oh my goodness.
I'm going SCCC Quap. Let's go.
Wow, okay.
I'm switching it up. I'll tank it.
All right, he's going to take one for the team.
I don't like Nick's off lane, but I'm tanking.
Let's go
Nick's off lane. Let's go SCCC.
I'm not sure about the coddle. Why'd they have to pick coddle, man? All right, Liquid.
Okay, all right, 2 for Liquid, 1 for Newbee this time round. It has, again, proved to be very difficult to narrow these two teams and keep them apart. Let's find out how they get on Game 4. Remember, Newbee here on the verge of match and championship point. Let's head back to OD Pixel and Blitz for game number 4.
Thank you, Red Eye, and here we are, Game 4 in this best-of-5 Grand Finals as Newbee lead 2-1 against Team Liquid. I'm OD Pixel, I'm here, of course, once again with Blitz, and again, we're seeing change-ups from both sides, and one thing I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to seeing, Blitz, I know the crowd gets excited for Miracle Invoker, but SCCC Quap, that is certainly something to look out for as well in terms of flashy plays.
Yeah, he's going to be a beast in this game, but they do have a lot of lockdown on the side of Liquid. And Queen of Pain has not fared so well in this patch. But we'll see if SCCC is the man that can get the job done with this hero. At the same time, Newbee up 2-1. They were in this exact same position last year where they're up 2-1 over DC, where they ultimately lost the final 2 games, giving DC the tournament. But this time around, they want to change history a little bit.
We'll see what sort of lanes we have coming out. Of course, it is this core Nyx assassin that we don't always see. If anyone's going to make it work, certainly KP would be the man to do so. He's had some very impressive performances here on the main stage so far in these LAN finals. And we'll see if he can do so on that Nyx assassin. Having that sort of scouting potential, the setup to bring backup in for Newbee anytime they have this Faith Disruptor. They love heroes that can play around with the vision. And of course, having KP, there's going to be a lot of chances to get those setups for the Glimpse Static Storm combinations that we've seen Faith be very disruptive with. Hey, excuse the pun.
No, I think so far it's 3-3. 3 for 3 in these finals. And so, see if Newbee can continue to keep that streak going as KP. Gonna get his damage stolen a bit. Not the best possible matchup for him as GH actually picks up the rune before SCCC can. And he's copying a lot of damage just to get this bounty rune. And now with mind control, finding the angle.
Nice little stun there from KP to make sure that he can get in for the rune. And indeed, SCCC will be forced, of course, to skill the blink level 1, get himself away. And did get beat down, as you say, very, very low. So already Miracle coming to into this lane with a slight edge in that regard.
Yeah, it's going to be a very big advantage for him. It means that SCCC, he's going to go with the blink.
Okay, level 1 blink. Yes, please.
He's going to get stunned up. Miracle goes for the level 1 stun.
Is he going to get the kill in return? Has he got the movement speed to do so? I don't think he quite has. He's trying his best. Oh, GH though. He'll roll up. He will find that first blood there for Liquid. So let's evaluate things here, Blizz. So Miracle has been forced to skill the stun level 1. Liquid have lost their courier, but Newbee, they did give up first blood. So who's the happier mid in this situation?
I think Miracle's definitely the happier mid, as that was such a weird sequence of events. SCCC said, bet you won't see this coming, and Miracle's like, no.
Wow, what a way to start off the mid lane between these two.
And it's just the fact that he held that skill point for that long, for the 1% play that maybe this happens. Like, who else does that? Most of the time, you're just going to immediately skill up the Dragon Blood or the Breathe Fire. But Miracle somehow saw that situation maybe pop up, and it does. Gets the first blood.
And already off the back of that, as you say, looking very good in CS. Up top, GH is going to get blocked off there. Nice control from Newbee. Will secure themselves the Earth Spirit kill. Money into the bank of Mugi as he gets the final touch in this top lane. And yeah, this decision to sort of lane like this, as you say, down to just keeping sort of the solo Nyx assassin away from the Razor lane. And Liquid, of course, leaving Matumba on his own for now. Is Matumba totally fine in this 1v1 matchup?
Oh, he's more than fine. And this is the problem for Newbee, is that none of their lanes...
With the gank with the Mug Golems. Very, very swiftly done there. Having the mini ones as well, so he has triple the damage output.
I think regardless of where you put the Nyx assassin, he's going to be unhappy.
Oh, and look at this as well, Liquid. Can they get Faith? Smart moves here, Kuro taking control of another creep to kill the initial Mug Golem, so he gets the 2 babies, so he has the double potential. He's still trying to bring them in range though. Faith has got those brown boots. Another roll from GH will slow him down. And with the body blocks, that should be enough to get the first stun in. There's one, there's two, and there's the control they need to take down Faith. SCCC there, though, trying for a kill and return. He did get the dagger out onto GH, jumps forward, very fire play, the deny! Kuro! Absolutely unleashing his wrath with these movements, setting up 2 kills, and also denying that away from SCCC. Kuroki-chan off to a very flashy start in these first 3 minutes.
Very well played by Liquid as they lose absolutely nothing in return. Force the Queen of Pain to use that blink forward, use a lot of her mana, and now Miracle should continue to have a free lane in this. Already up to 15 CS, completely untouched in mid lane. As the Dragon Knight versus Queen of Pain matchup, perfectly fine for the DK. It's one of the best heroes at dealing with her. Got a high amount of regen. Once he gets the Soul Ring, he gets further HP regen. None of the harass really matters too much. And not the best start so far for Newbee.
Look at this up top. KP has come up to this lane, and we're seeing the interaction that we feared in terms of Newbee having the potential to get that long static link. Same time down bottom, Liquid with their movement, they'll find another. Matsuma Man takes down Faith with the help of Kuro and GH as the supports rotations from Liquid just continue to bring Liquid on top of this early lanes.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for this Disruptor to do anything because it's very easy for Liquid to get aggressive, and this is the downside of playing Disruptor. Newbee have done such a good job of keeping Liquid on their toes that they haven't been able to aggro this Disruptor, but as soon as you can, it changes the way that this hero has to play. And Miracle,
look who's
already
here
up.
In the mid lane. Kuro and GH.
Yeah, they're going to have to go for really nice timings here to get
the
kill.
roll in and the smash.
Miracle's invis. He can set up with the stun.
That's the dream rune there. CCC. He's trying to play around it, but he's not going to expect that invis DK to come through like that. Straight up. The perfect rune for Miracle to find there. Maybe they could have done it anyway, but with the invis rune, it's a surefire kill.
Yeah.
So he was aware.
He saw the with the ward, and he even says invisible enemy nearby, but he didn't expect the other two.
He did not expect the backup.
Now this mid matchup gets even worse for him. All started with that first blood. Completely lost control of that lane. Miracle going for every single deny right now.
Yeah, all 3 of Liquid's cores. Top of the net worth at the moment. Bottom lane Matsuma Man. Pushing this lane right in, keeping Mugi on his toes, making sure that Mugi doesn't get a similar start as he did in the previous performance with his gyrocopter. So we can see, though, 3rd highest win rate on Queen of Pain, SCCC, 51-29. And he bring it through this game. He's certainly got sort of all the odds against him in terms of coming out of these lanes. With Miracle hitting 6, whilst SCCC still just sitting on level 4 on this Queen of Pain.
Yeah. With the first catapult, Miracle getting very aggressive in this mid lane. Wants to try to pressure this tower. You don't get it with this first one. You can always get it with the second. As Miracle trading hits. They are trying to force him back. The Keeper of the Light does blast him once here. Miracle getting aggressive though.
Yeah, they're just going to turn with the stun. And the boulder smash from GH. Very neatly done onto 2. Making sure that no reaction can come through. They'll get the kill. Top lane though, Newbee finding potential trade as they go onto mind control. Mugi dives in, takes the kill in return. So Mugi is getting those kills on his gyrocopter that are so important for him to get the ball rolling, as we've seen as he has done on his gyro performances in other games. Reaction on the mid lane though. TP's coming in. Illuminate will connect onto Miracle as the Elder Dragon form is about to end. They'll back away, but still a considerable amount of damage done to that tier 1 off the back of that first Elder Dragon form.
But still, the gold lead is not insurmountable by any means. It's only 1k ahead. The Keeper of the Light didn't really help out in the lanes too much, but just farmed a lot. Almost has a 4-staff already. Kaka playing this very greedy. Understands that he's going to have to transition. So far, Newbee still doing alright, but it's Liquid with the 2k gold lead. Largely off the back of their 2 cores. As you see, Matsuma Man is completely unafraid here. The goal comes in.
GH Rel straining away with the boulder smash setup onto this man. The stun might buy time for Kaka to get out, and it does. KP with the quick impale, making sure that the TP's out there for his teammate. Top lane, mind control left alone. With these sort of aggressive plays being made down bottom, Newbee know there's the space for them to make plays themselves up top.
Still look at Matama Man right now.
He
Completely
really wants
unafraid.
one of these two. Thunder's holding him down. I mean, there's no chance of these two killing him, but the least they can do is make sure neither of them fall themselves. And you can see just the confidence of Matuma Man on this hero. Mid lane, leading in onto SCCC, not quite able to find the stun with the Centaur to set action up.
But the mid wave now taken. Tower's gone. We saw how important it is for both these teams. Feels like whoever takes that mid tower first ends up winning the game, and it was Newbee in the past.
He's coming a little too close. The roll will miss, but GH still in more than enough position to allow the follow-through damage to come in. Liquid diving in deep. Newbee are there, but they're getting pushed back by Kuro's creeps as he scatters Newbee. Makes it impossible for Faith to find any sort of catch or glimpse to set anything up for Newbee themselves to find a kill. As it may only be a 2k gold lead, but in the games that we've seen so far in this finals, it's definitely sort of the biggest step up we've seen at 8.5 minutes in between these two teams.
And Miracle already has drums completed, level 8. He's had a fantastic time in this game compared to SCCC. This is the roughest game we've seen out of him so far. Only level 6 at almost 9 minutes into the game, already 0-3. Hasn't had any impact in this game quite yet. And at the same time, Matama Man, it feels like they are largely just leaving him alone.
Nicely done there, but do they actually have the damage for this one? They were thinking about it, but SCCC does the maths. No Sonic Wave won't be enough. So he saves it. Can't quite kill Miracle between those two.
That's so rough. Every attempt so far hasn't gone as planned.
Does have that arcane rune now. SCCC would love to try and get the first use of the Sonic Wave under the cover of it. But it's so hard for him to find action across the map. With the movements of these supports from Liquid, the chance of just finding one is going to be pretty unfortunate. Look at this sort of teasing with the courier as they keep vision on Kaka. Boulder Smash actually going to be off point there from GH. So Kaka, GH is still trying to tease around with it. And he does have that urn on him. Kaka falling low. I don't think he's going to quite drop, as he will just keep himself alive thanks to the Tango regen. Bottom lane, Faith TPing out. Boulder Smash not quite there in time. And Matuma Man treads armlet complete. TP straight up to the top lane as once again Mind Control was beginning to get dove upon by Mugi's Gyro, but the TP from Lifestealer holds back Newbee. Now back away. I mean, what's the move now for Newbee in this sort of situation? How do you get your Queen of Pain back into a game like this?
You have to try to take some sort of team fight, catch a core, take a tower immediately after that. The problem, though, is that their lanes have gone so abysmally that there's no real moves to make. Like, this Nyx Assassin didn't have the easiest time. No matter where he went, he struggled to find anything. None of these lanes were very advantageous for them at all. At least in the previous games, they were able to make moves on the back of their support duo. This game, haven't felt the impact of Kaka or Faith.
Let's see what they can do here. KP thinking about setup, goes straight in with the stun. Static Storm from Faith to follow up. They managed to trap him. He does have the armlet. I don't know if it's going to be enough to keep himself alive. He's trying his best, but he can't quite fight his way out of that one. Newbee getting themselves a big pick-off. Same time, no space is there for Miracle with the Elder Dragon form, claiming this tier 2 tower at only 11 minutes in. Liquid really putting huge amounts of pressure onto this Newbee lineup.
Miracle, already level 10, gonna go for the Shadow Blade. That's gonna be his Queen of Painkiller as SCCC.
GH not gonna be caught out by the stun. KP now a little deep, ready to try and turn, has a Spike Carapace, holding Mind Control back for a little bit. And they'll continue to chase down. He has a TP, but he knows with the Boulder Smash potential, he's not gonna get a chance to use it. GH hitting it blind through the tree line as the control to set up the kill.
Faith TP's out of there, understands that that fight is completely over. Liquid with 4 heroes up top. Would be surprised if they didn't try to take down that tower, and that's where Kaka comes in. He's got to be ready for this. Continuously blast out the wave. Slow down Liquid as much as you can.
Anytime they can buy indeed to allow Mugi and SCCC to climb themselves back up into this game. Gonna be time well spent. He has the phase and the drums going for the SMY, of course, on this Gyro. KP looking for the scout, but there's the wards down. Quick glimpse back onto Miracle as soon as he moves in. Faith making sure that Miracle can't get the initial touch onto KP. Kaka keeping himself hidden in the sidelines. KP has to be careful. Very much on the edge of that sentry ward here. cannot reveal himself. And are bringing in TPs. GH does have Matuma Man inside of them. Liquid, they do want to die. And look, jumping in straight away with the infest, opening onto Kaka and Faith. Faith is down. Kaka as well to fall. Liquid claim 2. KP underneath the sentry wall for now. The stun from Miracle holding him in place. Do they have further detection? Doesn't look like they do straight up. He'll turn. He'll actually reveal himself with the stun as the invis was wearing out. So they didn't need it anyway. Smash comes through from GH. Double kill from Miracle. Liquid starting to run away with this game as it seems in the very early stages.
Yeah, they want a game 5 right now, and so far looks like they're headed straight towards it as Liquid.
You don't want to CP into that one, my friend. And indeed, both CPs being cancelled. No way that they turn up straight into a fight like this against this Liquid lineup.
And mid tower was denied. SCCC 0-3-0 hasn't helped out his team. Doesn't feel as though he can with how far behind he is, but
maybe they can
not
get
making
a
any
cap
leeway
off the back of this. They're heading forward towards Miracle, thinking about the setup with the glimpse, straight in. GH is going to look for the jump, oh, the 3-man stun! They'll try and put the Sonic Wave out in return. They do manage to get Miracle. Can they get more? They look towards GH. GH down as well, Newbee. They've found 2. They'll turn towards this Razor, finding a 3rd. Exactly what Newbee needed there. Getting these kills off the back of a retreat attempted by Liquid. And in so many games have we seen similar situations like this come out from Newbee. Faith, with his disruptor play, knows always the perfect time and the perfect hero to catch out and kick off a favorable team fight for his team.
they're going to find all the creeps too of Kuro as he tries to bring them back.
We'll get one of them.
Here's the roll.
Yeah, trying to go back in. But immediately the glimpse is only going to send back GH. Matuma Man's still there, but doesn't want to quite chase across the river without his Spirit.
And that gold lead completely slips away now. Only 1k in favor for Team Liquid. Such a nice turnaround for them as Kaka now has the 4-staff of very farm support. Faith.
Or invis on invis. But there is the sentry down mid for Faith. They did get a glimpse, and it's quite literally taking back Miracle into the cooldown. At the same time, Matuma Man going straight for Faith. Faith trying to get himself out of there, looking for the body blocks, but it's not going to work. Brief fire from Miracle finishes off the kill.
AP invised up. GH moving forward. He does have a dust. And this is not a fight that Newbee wants to take anymore.
Not without the disruptor. Not without that static storm. Kaka on the high ground is going to be spotted out by Miracle as he leads in with the Shadow Blade. Burns down the old man on his horse and leads the charge in. Elder Dragon form popped and ready to push. 15 minutes in, looking to claim another tier 2 tower from the side of Newbee. They have their disruptor back up. KP could look to try and set something up as we see both of the cores still, Mugi and SCCC, desperately pushing out the side lanes, making sure that they continue to find that farm. Mugi's still very much close to the value of both Miracle and Matuma Man. SCCC, though, does still need more time to catch up as he still sits 2-3k behind the respective cores of Liquid. Right
now, SCCC continuing to just farm out, but he is still quite far behind, and Liquid have rebuilt that gold lead once again. They still have to be careful. The team fight potential is there for Newbee, and if you get over-aggressive, the glimpse is always going to be there for the follow-up. So they have to be very measured with these fights right now. Dire gonna scan on top of themselves, seeing what they can get. They want to get aggressive here.
Goes in, but already the spike carapace was out. Miracle doesn't care though. No, but the static storm comes down. Matuma Man got the rage off in time though. Breaks his way out. Looks towards Faith. Faith forced up to the high ground. GH as well, safe for the time being. Mugi has to be careful. Matuma Man trying to focus. Sonic Wave. Flies right to 3. Double kill. SCCC. He jumps in. He finds 2 in return, but his team himself, they've lost 3 members. Mid lane Kaka successful with the TP out. But still, Liquid, they come on top in terms of numbers. They take 3, they lose 2. Good news for SCCC, though, is getting that double kill. Certainly bumps him up a little bit in value of the net worth. Grabs 2 bounty runes as well. If he can continue to make these plays, they have to be so tight, so perfectly executed, because one misstep from this Queen of Pain, you're going to get caught out by the DK. GH is going to turn with a combo, and already there's movements being made towards SCCC.
He's just going to flank up. Doesn't have a TP though, and Miracle, he kind of knows this is going on. Maybe SCCC, they might run into each other.
One tree between the 2 of them.
Both of them have no idea how close they are, and now Miracle.
I mean, there's no way SCCC can try for Miracle at the moment, and indeed just blinks himself out. Has now got the Yule Scepter, so will have that sort of favored protection against the silence from GH, at least in these fights. And again, yes, ships in the dark. Miracle And KP passing one another under the cover of Invis.
I mean, as nice as that Yule Scepter is, there's so much single target that can still bring him down. The Earth Spirit is patient. He could always just wait for the Yules to land on the ground, get the kick and the silence right after it. And if Miracle initiates on him, they do have a ton of burst damage that flies on down. At the same time, pace of the game, kind of okay. Newbee's holding serve. The gold lead isn't building at least. Even drops 1k. At least briefly here as Mugi trying to build a BKB of his own.
Oh, GH, he's got a surprise here for Kaka. And it's a surprise in the form of Matumba Man. Finding these pickoffs, GH and Matumba Man making multiple successful moves with this Earth Spirit Lifestealer bomb combination.
Same time, SCCC hitting that tower, being very careful though. Senses some kind of movement, immediately blinks out. And Miracle looking for him, but this time around, he's changed his play up a little bit and gone down.
SCCC just keeping himself well and truly hidden. Actually going to have the wraparound for KP, but immediate boulder smash and silence for GH. Onto the next assassin will force KP to TP out, and he will make it. No further control, but Matumba Man on the sidelines though, looking towards SCCC. Quick Yules and blink back off cooldown. SCCC will be able to create the distance. Get himself away from that scary, scary Lifestealer.
You can tell right now, Kuro, he wants to go for the Roshan. Has a medallion on the Chen. This is one of the easier ways to do it. At the same time, Newbee have done such a good job of playing around this top area and keeping this lane pushed out with SCCC. You notice this whenever he leaves this lane, he doesn't truly leave it. He just hides inside the tree, and he always changes where he hides.
And these sentries as well, just the last duration of that sentry as well, I believe, setting up for Miracle to open up with the stun from Shadowblade onto KP. KP down. And into that pit you go, as you say. They'll have it in good timing. Unlikely that Newbee are going to be able to contest this at all. Yep, so SCCC TPs himself back to base. No intention of fighting around this pit. So this should indeed be a free Aegis for Liquid. With the way that they're pushing, I wouldn't say that a high ground push would necessarily be off the books anytime soon. We can certainly expect to see Liquid keep this aggression up.
Matumba Man has the Aegis now. Everyone's starting to flood in with items. Miracle almost has that BKB. That'll almost certainly denote the high ground push for them. It's had a very successful game at 8-1 right now. But Newbee, they're gathering around. Miracle doesn't have that BKB
Can they
himself.
take him down too? They have detectional control. They have the dust, but Miracle's on the high ground. Jump forward, GH! Three-man boulder smash straight down. Sonic Wave flies through, but they've lost Faith. Faith down on the Disruptor. Certainly could have been a lot worse for Liquid there. GH didn't find that perfect angle to put a stop to Newbee's attempt to chase down Liquid up onto the high ground.
Yeah, it looked like Newbee. We're going to just get an easy kill, but Miracle goes up the high ground. They don't have vision around that area. Liquid completely surrounded them. And now they're going to take this top tier 2 tower. Keeper of the Light simply just can't be up there in time. Thought that they were going to continue their mid-aggression.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
SCCC.
Oh, aggressively!
Oh, straight into the base on top of this. Keeper of the Light does get forced back, but it doesn't matter. Kaka's down. The Static Storm will hold back GH, and they should lose the Earth. Oh, the setback! Kuro's there with a save. Gets GH back to safety, and now the rest of Liquid, they still want to fight. Moving in deep. They'll force out the buyback from Disruptor. Chasing down KP. Mind Control's there with the BKB, showing no fear at all. Miracle as well, his own BKB. Stunning Faith outside of the base. Lets it die back on the Disruptor. Double kill for Miracle, 23-9. Liquid forcing themselves vastly ahead here in this Game 4. Looking to push this final to the Game 5 that I know all the fans would be hoping for. And with these racks going down at the top, 22 minutes in, the chances for a turnaround looking even slimmer. GH jumping forward straight away. Slow onto 2. SCCC has coming back to the base. The team's coming back in. They need to find kills. They've got the blast from Kaka, knocking Mind Control into the fountain. Will secure them the Razor, but they need more. KP on the chase, hunting down Matumba and Kuroki. Very hard to close the gap and can't quite get vision of them. He's just on the edge of it. He will catch a glimpse of Kuro. Still chasing. Kuro should be in trouble here. The vision's there for the glimpse back. Stuck in the kinetic field. Newbee do get a couple of kills off the back of that, but they had to expend a buyback on the Disruptor. Not the biggest of losses, but losing that melee racks 22 minutes in, along with the range racks on the top lane, certainly not ideal, as Liquid looking to feel very comfortable here in this game 4.
Yeah, and it all started with that aggressive blink in from the Earth Spirit with the Life Stealer Bomb, being able to drag down Kaka immediately. You get rid of the 4th position Keeper of the Light. They get the immediate high ground advantage as a result. Very well done by Liquid. Really nice, controlled, measured aggression. So far, Newbee, just with their heroes, have not been able to respond as Miracle invised up. He's going to go for this kill.
Straight in with the opener onto Faith. And that'll be an easy solo kill for Miracle at this stage. Shadow Blade leading. And with Elder Dragon Form back off cooldown, they can certainly look to try and make a go again. As they start to form themselves back around the mid lane. 23 minutes, eyeing up that second set of racks. No Disruptor for a little bit of a small window. 15 seconds before Faith's back in the game. And Liquid, they're ready to push in up to the high ground. The creeps moving in. They start bringing down this tier 3 tower. Mind Control and GH sat behind him. And there's GH looking for the jump in straight away. The Infest Bomb and bam! Mugi falls low. BKB's pop. Can he get himself out of it in time? He can. He'll keep himself alive. Mugi will get back to base. Miracle has also expended his BKB. GH to roll out. Matuma Man looking towards SCCC, but the Static Storm's down. They've caught out the DK, the Sonic Wave from SCCC, managing to bring down one, but they've lost the Disruptor again. Matuma Man just going ham. Double kill for Matumba. Mind Control playing dangerously near the base here, as he will pay for his sins there.
And Matuma Man, lone core to hit this Rax,
They've
but
now got to get out. I mean, Liquid, with that play, maybe just getting a little overextended as they don't actually get the mid set of racks with that loss.
yeah, but GH coming in.
He still wants to fight this. There is a Matuma Man lifesteal inside him. Matuma Man jumps out, goes forward onto Mugi. Stun holds back GH. They're trying to kite out this lifestealer during the raid. Silence for GH, holding SCCC down. He'll remove it with the Yules. Kuro's looking for the stun with the Centaur, but he won't quite find the connection. Matuma Man can't quite get Kaka. Stun's going to be off the bar, but the homing missile comes in. They'll take the Aegis out of the hands of the lifestealer.
They've got Orchid.
Can they do it again here? They don't get the silence in time. Rage is out from Matuma Man. Silence for GH onto KP. Jump forward from SCCC though. Finds GH. Turns towards Kuroki. Chasing down the Chen. There'll be a second one for the Quap. Matuma Man has to just run. Doesn't look like Newbee will catch him. But Liquid certainly getting punished there for their sort of... I don't know what that was. It was just getting a little carried away with themselves, as it seemed. As Newbee were offered the opportunity to keep this game going, keep hold of their mid racks, and force Liquid back out of their base with quite some style and picking up some big kills on the way as well.
Yeah, it just felt like they were out of sorts. You saw that Mind Control. I mean, I'm looking at the Lifestealer hit the racks by himself, and all of a sudden you're talking about Razor jumping into their base once again. He dies somewhat near the fountain. It just feels as though they're being a little bit too cocky with their aggression. They're still 9K ahead. Nothing to sneer at, but we've seen Newbee come back from large deficits before. This is not the way that you want to close out the game.
You just got to look at SCCC. This man was so far behind, but he's 634, his highest net worth on his team. He's starting to get back to the stage where he's rivaling the value of the 2 cores on Liquids. Granted, there's still about a couple of K in it, but the fact that he sort of picked his game back up on this Queen of Pain just goes to show how proficient he is on this hero.
Yeah, and now you've got the Aghanim Scepter on the Coddle. Like, a lot of items are flying on the side of Newbee, and this is why you've got to be more careful if you're Liquid. There's also a gem on the ground for Kaka if he wants to pick it up. They can play the vision game at the same time, and you're only 1 racks up if you're Liquid. You can't afford to make these kinds of plays as GH.
With the smoke play, jumps in straight out. 1 down, Faith gone. Will always guarantee them a kill at this stage if they catch anyone out on their own outside of the base, that's for sure. So Newbee, despite being able to force Liquid back, still have to be so careful how they leave their high ground.
Miracle double damage, about to run out. And if you're Liquid, you most likely just wait for the next Roshan. You have taken top racks, so you're not in too big of a rush. And you can't afford another fight like that. 1 or 2 more fights like that, and suddenly Liquid, they're going to lose that lead.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Mid lane. Miracle. Starting to push it in. Mind Control as well, working on the bottom lane. Trying to keep both shoved in against Newbee. You can certainly feel it. Liquid being a lot more careful with how they go about their plays off the back of their last bad experience. And now Newbee themselves They'll try for the smoke up, leading out. See if they can get a wraparound. If they can get a catch onto Miracle of sorts to start the fight off, that would be absolutely ideal. Miracle pots the Shadow Blade. Have they got the vision? They'll knock him back. They do have the dust, but the BKB's already out on Miracle. Straight away they turn towards this Kaka Keeper of the Light. They have the control with the Boulder Smash. Kaka's down. Miracle moving across from Moore. He's got his eyes towards Mugi. Mugi still has the BKB available, but this, it may just be a support, but it's a big support that Newbee need for the D push. No Keeper of the Light for 60 seconds. And Liquid will be able to push in. BKB's forced out Mugi. The stun from KP, setting up onto Miracle. Sonic Wave as well from SCCC. They're trying to bring down the Dragon, but they can't. Kuro, no they can. The Poison got him despite being sent back. The last tick got the kill. Now they're trying for more, but Mind Control turns up in big style, moving in with the Eye of the Storm. He just waltzes over 3 of them. Triple kill for the man, and they do get that melee racks.
They all bought back, but Newbee already too late as the melee racks is claimed.
They want to go back in. Oh, the border special 2. And that's going to get 1 kill. It may even get them a second. SCCC uses himself up, looks for the blink back, will make it. But Faith, he may not be quite as lucky. Glimpses back the Lifestealer. Has got the to keep him alive. GH finds the setup though. The boulder smash from this Spirit getting SCCC. GG is called, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to a Game 5 here in the Grand Finals of ESL Genting. As Liquid, 29-minute victory, 20k gold lead. They had a little bit of a slip-up, but other than that, this is the Liquid I think a lot of people were expecting to see coming into this finals.
And it feels like in both their wins, it was their ability to finally get GH involved in the games. In the previous games, it felt like Newbee did a very good job of shutting him out. Remember, his Rubik performance wasn't able to have any sort of impact. This is the